Welcome to Easy Ink. Friends, shall we start our journey to make English easy? We can start with Game of B. You may wonder why I selected this much extremely simple topic to begin with. The answer is majority may know the basics of English, but there are a minority who lack confidence in using English confidently. So, moreover, even if we know some about the grammatical rules, we may lack confidence when we are in a formal situation like attending an interview, uh, speaking with a person who is fluent in English, etc. So it's very essential to know the basics of English, and it's better to move on from simple to complex. So we can start with game of B. While we start with the game of B, we have to ask two questions to ourselves. First question is, how will you tell something is in a particular state in three tenses, the past, the present, and the future? The second question is, how will you tell some action takes place in three tenses, the past, the present, and the future? You have to particularly notice two words, state and action. When we ask these two questions to ourselves, they may take us to two more questions. What is a state and what is an action? When we try to answer these questions, what is a state? A state is a condition. It's also called a state of being. For example, happy, sad, sweet, sour, etc. One can be in a happy mood, in a happy state, in a happy condition. One can be in a sad state or a sad condition. Something can be in a condition of sweetness or state of sweetness, and something can be in a state of sourness or a condition of sourness as well. Now, what is an action? An action is something that any living or non-living thing does with its organs or parts respectively. For example, run, see, like, breathe, walk, etc. Now we can move on to forms of be. It means this particular auxiliary verb be, or this particular word be, will take different forms in different when they are in different tenses. Means in present tense. What does present tense mean? Present tense means what happens or appears to be now. So in present tense, forms of be are, is, am, and are. Now in past tense, what does past tense mean? Past tense means what happened or appeared to be before, not now, before. Then in past tense, forms of be will be, was, were. And in future tense, what does future tense mean? Future tense means what will happen or will appear to be in some future time. Then in future tense, forms of be, will be, shall be. So these are the forms of be. It's very essential to know the different forms of be. What do we focus particularly in this video? How does be help in telling different states of something in different different tenses? Means we have to particularly focus on how be is going to help us in telling different states. By the time I hope you are familiar with the word state, different states in different tenses. Firstly, be tells the present state of something. Present state. Example, Rahul is a doctor. Here Rahul, there is only one person, Rahul. So In present tense, the singular form of be is. Along with one person, in present tense, we have to use is, which is the present tense singular form of be. Rahul is a doctor. Next example. They are students. They means more than one person. So in present tense, when there are more than one person or thing, we have to use are, which is the present tense plural form of be. They are students. Now, next example. I am happy. When I is the subject of a sentence, we have to use am, which is the present tense form of be along with I. I am happy. So we learned be helps us to tell the present state of something. Now, be tells the past state of something. Be helps us to tell the past state of something. For example, the train was in the garage. The train is singular. It was in the garage means it is not now in the garage. It was in the garage before. And the train is singular means we are speaking about only one train here. So along with singular subject, when we speak about one thing in the past tense, we have to use the past tense singular form of be, which is was. So in past tense, along with one subject means when there is only one thing or one person, we have to use was. Next. You can see a train in the garage, but we have to understand from the sentence that this train is not now in garage. It was in the garage some days before. The boats were on the river. The boats were on the river. You can see the boats. So the subject is plural, means there are more than one boat. When there are more than one thing or person, we have to, in past tense, we have to use were, which is the past tense singular form of be. The boats were on the river. The boats were. When there was only one train, we used the train was. When there are many boats, we used were. And both these things exist or existed in the past. Now be helps us, or be tells the future state of something. Future means something yet to happen or something yet to come. How? He will be rich one day. He will be rich one day means he was not rich in the past. He is not rich in the present. He will be rich one day. Someday in the future he will become rich. So will be, the use of will be. In future tense, we can use will be as form of be. He will be rich one day. Next sentence. They shall be in 14 days quarantine. They shall be. Like will be, we can also use shall be. They shall be in 14 days quarantine. So in this sentence, we can understand that they may be coming from some foreign country and our government will definitely take them to quarantine. And that action has not taken place yet. They will be moving on to the state of quarantine in some future days, in some future time. So they shall be in 14 days quarantine. So here you have to notice one thing. In present tense and past tense, we had singular forms and plural forms to use, singular forms of be and plural forms of be to use along with singular subjects and plural subjects. But in future tense, there is no such discrimination between the number of subjects. You can use either will be or shall be with any number of uh, subjects. Okay, either with singular or with plural. Now we are coming to an exercise for you. Here you can see three pictures. One is in the present state, the second is in the past state, and the third is in the future state. So what you have to do is you have to create sentences based on the following pictures. Means you have to write a sentence or create a sentence on this first picture in present state. Likewise, the second picture you have to make a sentence on past state, and you have to create a sentence on future state based on the third picture. That will be an exercise for you, especially if you are a beginner in learning English. Answer for that exercise will be given with our next video. In our next video, we will learn about how to tell actions in three tenses using be. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share. Thank you.